It is a great pleasure to welcome right now to Cinema Showcase the author of the incredible Fried Green Tomatoes, the incomparable Fannie Flagg. Fannie, thank you for taking this time out.
Well, thank you for having me.
It's good to see you. And, you know, I have been an admirer of your work for such a long time, and Fried Green Tomatoes, I think, is really some sort of pinnacle for you because it's such a marvelous, marvelous book to begin with, and such a great film has been made from it. What more could an author want? You know?
Well, Jim, I tell you, I appreciate your kind words, and I think I have to agree with you. For me, first of all, to get a movie made at all, and then to see the actresses that are in this one movie. I mean, we have Jessica Tandy, who we all love, Kathy Bates, Mary Stuart Masterson, Mary Louise Parker, Cecily Tyson. I don't know what's going to happen to me afterwards. You know, I mean, how could I ever do anything better than this? It's just wonderful. And I, of course, am so pleased and thrilled, you know, that it was filmed in the South, and that it was done with so much love and care. I really am.
Did you, all right, now you co-wrote the script, is that?
Uh-huh.
Right. Did you, did you do this partly out of protection?
Protection?
Because we always hear of authors whose works, you know, don't look at all like their...
Oh, yes. I have many friends that have written books and screenplays as well, and by the time it gets up on the screen, they want to, you know, jump out a window. Actually, to give credit where credit is due, John Abnett is the one that insisted that I write the screenplay, and I was sort of not thinking I should because I was so close to the book, obviously, but he really felt that he thought I should do it, and he was so interested in keeping the screenplay as close to the book as possible. As a matter of fact, I worked as a creative consultant, so I was with him on the set as well. So he really gave me a lot of input, which I appreciate, and I understand a lot of screenwriters don't get that, but
Right.
I'm very pleased.
You know, one of the marvelous things about Fried Green Tomatoes is that it covers really so many areas. There's so much in this one story, and in the film itself. We get an incredible look at age, sexuality, the problems of in the 30s in the South. It really covers so much. What do you think audiences will they take away one predominant thing, do you think, from this film, or just go out with a multitude of images? What do you hope they will go out with?
Well, I hope, it's true, there's so many things in it. I hope that they will go away feeling good about themselves, feeling good about human beings in general. I want to make a film that spotlights the goodness in people, not the evil, not the bad. I want to make a film and write a book that talks about the heroic part of the human being, which I believe in. I want to write a book that talks about true love. I want to write a book that talks about friendship, true friendship, people that love each other. I want to write a book and do a movie that has humor in it, that is not mean humor, that it is really, things are funny, you know, and it's not at the expense of someone else. I hope that they will go away with the feeling that that can exist today. And I believe if just given half a chance, everybody is sweet. And I think we are at a time now, Jim, in the economic situation, certainly in the country, that we're all going to have to start to pull together. Like we did in the Depression, and we're going to have to come to terms with it. It's much easier to pull together than pull apart. And I think another side line of the film that I hope happens is I hope that when people see this movie, they'll go home and call their grandmother.
A wonderful, wonderful thought there.
Yeah.
As you've said before, it was very important that this movie be made in the South, I think. And as we both know, films with Southern settings have been made other places with
How dare they? Yes,
very,
they have.
very poor results. I might add. Yes, yes. And you and I are both Southerners, and I think we
Yes.
can appreciate the fact that a movie about the South should be made in the South.
Absolutely. And I particularly appreciate the fact that a movie about the South was written by a Southerner. Because how many movies have we seen written by guys from Brooklyn that have never been South, and they always present Southerners as they think they are rather than how they are. And that has been a problem with me. I just get into a rage when I go into a movie and I see people that are supposed to be Southerners, and we all know how it is, and we say, well, that certainly would never happen in the South. That's not the way it is.
Right.
You know, so.
And another refreshing thing, too, is that the accents
Yes.
were right.
Yes, they were. They were. It was so important to me to have that happen because we've all been to plays where there are 16 different accents going on at the same time. But we are blessed with having, first of all, Jessica, who's a brilliant, has an ear. We have Kathy Bates, who is from Memphis. Mary Stuart Masterson, whose mom and dad I know very well are from Texas. So I think it was very consistent. And I was on the set, and if I heard something, I was on them. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. This may be the most authentic Southern movie since Gone with the Wind, even though Gone with the Wind was not made in the South. But,
well, I know.
It had its technical advisors to make sure that.
Right.
You know.
Well, the thing that I was most pleased about the making of this film, and I can tell you, is that all of these people that I'd been working with in California that really had not been South, I was so tickled at their response to Southerners and the South, because you can tell people about the South, you can explain to people, but until they come to the South and experience the hospitality and the kindness and the sweetness of the people, they don't understand it.
That's right.
So it was so much fun for me when I got there just to sit back and watch these people that had never had a fried green tomato, never had fried okra, never had homemade biscuits, just sitting there just going insane over this food and falling in love with the South as we are. So that was fun for me.
I've got to ask you, in the time remaining, there's so much about your career I'd like to ask, but you have done so many wonderful, made so many wonderful contributions to comedy over the years. Of the comedy albums you've made, and I think I have them all.
Uh-oh.
Do you have a favorite?
I think I liked Rally Round the Flag because there's enough silly stuff on there that makes me laugh. You know, I liked that one. I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah.
What makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh is very odd. I do not particularly laugh at professional comedians. What just throws me on the floor are real people and real things. I just scream, you know. I think that's from working on candid camera for so many years. But I have friends that are not professional comedians that I can just go to their house and I'm just on the floor because they're hilariously funny. Real people make me laugh, you know? And I'm sure you've known people like that. You know, I have some friends that are hilarious and don't know they're funny.
And you undoubtedly pick up on that and probably use it later in your work.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah.
I wish we had more time,
Well,
and I
do
hope
too.
we can talk in the Atlanta Cinema Showcase studio sometime.
Well,
and
I'd love
I invite you
Thank
to
you.
take that time
Well,
out.
you know, I come to Georgia quite often, and
Yeah.
I'll see you again.